Hello everyone, welcome to the Biz Time YouTube channel. Today we are discussing the potential implications of US tariffs on Sri Lanka's tea exports. Tea, along with rubber and coconut, remains one of the country's most traditional and vital export commodities, playing key role in generating foreign exchange. Let's have a look at industry overview. Sri Lanka ranked as the fourth highest value tea exporter globally in 2023, contributing to 18% of global tea exports. In 2024, tea exports generated 1.45 billion US dollars in revenues, with export volume reaching 246,000 metric tons. Export revenue over recent years has fluctuated between 1.2 billion US dollars and 1.5 billion US dollars, with the highest value recorded in 2017. Major buyers of Ceylon tea in 2024 included Iraq, Russia, UAE, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and Iran. Export to US were relatively modest, totaling less than 50 million US dollars. Over the past decade, tea exports has contributed an average of 12.5% to Sri Lanka's total export earnings, ranging between 10% to 14% annually. The most important segment of this discussion is the tariff. On April 2nd, the Trump administration announced a reciprocal tariff affecting several countries, including Sri Lanka. Initially, the proposed tariff was 44%, which raised immediate concern among exporters. However, the imposition was paused for 90 days to allow impacted nations time to negotiate and propose tariff reduction on US imports into their respective markets. Following diplomatic discussions, Sri Lanka successfully negotiated a reduced tariff rate of 30%, which is scheduled to take effect on 1st August 2025. Negotiations are still ongoing to further mitigate the impact. Let's look at what are the concerns and impact to the competitiveness. The move has triggered alarm among local exporters, as Sri Lanka previously enjoyed zero duty access to the US market. The new 30% tariff will significantly impact price competitiveness, particularly when key competitors such as India and Kenya benefit from lower US tariff rates. As a result, US buyers may shift towards these alternative sources. There are growing concerns about losing market share and long term erosion of Sri Lanka's competitiveness in premium tea segments. Authorities and industry stakeholders are actively engaging in future negotiations to seek relief of preferential access. Let's look at what US imports trends look like. In 2024, the US imported 64 million kilograms of Ceylon tea, valued at 45 million US dollars, reflecting 22% increase in volume and an 11% increase in value compared to 2023. Despite this growth, the upcoming tariff poses a risk of reversing this trend unless effective policy and trade intervention are implemented. Over 1 million people depending on tea sector in Sri Lanka, losing growing market like US pose a threat to rural livelihood. Other key export industries, notably rubber and apparel, have also been significantly impacted by the new US tariff policy. These sectors, which contribute substantially to Sri Lanka export revenue, are now facing reduced competitiveness and margin pressures in one of their critical markets. If not managed effectively, the combined impact on tea, rubber, and apparel export may jeopardize Sri Lanka's ability to meet export revenue targets agreed with IMF for 2025. This highlights the urgent need for coordinated response involving trade negotiations, diversification of export market, and policy support for affected industries. Lastly, while the US is not Sri Lanka's largest tea market, the imposition of tariffs threatens to reduce hard-earned gains and limit future growth. The Sri Lanka tea industry must act swiftly, collaborating with trade bodies and government officials to protect its interests and ensure continuous access to global markets. That's it from Biz Time for today. Stay tuned for further updates. If you found this video valuable, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more analysis and market insight. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in next one. Bye for now.